Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scootzbronsen.
And I am Sdotfoster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on, bro?
Man, I can't call it, man. Just started the new journey the last couple of days. So just trying to get used to some things, man. Going through some changes. I told you I started something new and just trying to get prepared for it, man. Get my mind situated, get it ready for it. So, but I think it's gonna be a good thing, though, man. But how about yourself, man?
Man, everything is going good, man. Going smooth. I really don't got no problems, man. Just tired from working out like crazy. Been sticking to that gym, so everything going great though, man. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Ready to do this pod. I told you, I'm saying? I'm about to go ahead and trash this joint. I'm sticking to my word, bro. I'm about to trash this bad boy.
All right, I feel you. I ain't mad at you, man. I ain't mad at you at all, man. Like, rewatching it for me, I seen a lot of the things that you saw. So, I might be with you on a couple of things. But I also think, the deeper conversation to go along with what this movie is really about. You know what I'm saying? I think some of that stuff is interesting. But yeah, we could definitely, to trash it in the mix of what we about to do, though.
Yeah, for sure. So, before we actually get into that, of course, everybody knows every Friday we do a segment called What We Watching, and that's just basically to give you guys something extra on top of what we already reviewed, just to give y'all like a little side dish, if you may. So let's get into it, bro. You ready?
Let's do it. What we watching?
So, this week for me, man, I only got one, but the show I'm watching is on Apple TV. It's called Invasion. It's about basically Earth gets visited by of course, an alien race, but this alien race is viewed through 5 different people's perspective. And some weird shit get to happening, and at first they don't even know that it's an invasion or whatever, but they eventually come to terms with it, and they get to see what's really going on. And so far so good, man. I'm on the second episode. First episode was pretty good. So yeah, man, if you guys got Apple TV, check out Invasion.
That's what's up, man. I actually got one this week, and it's a movie. I actually texted you about it when I was watching it. Mm-hmm. And that is a new Netflix movie came out last week, came out last Friday, Red Notice.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was fire.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is a man. Yes. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Ryan Reynolds, not comedian, but he is the absolute, I'm giving it to him, the funniest actor out there. Point blank period.
Sarcasm game on point.
Yo, it is on point, man. It was, look, don't get me wrong, The Rock did a good job. Wonder Woman did a good job, but like, man.
That's hilarious.
Man, listen, if y'all looking for an action movie with a whole bunch of comedy in it, this is it. Him and Rock, they had good chemistry together. I thought that was dope, but I like the little history that they threw into it as well. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. But it was really a good movie, man. And listen, so apparently he must have a deal with Netflix because he did the 6 Underground joint, and now he's doing this one. I'm pretty sure in the mix of that he was probably filming Deadpool. I don't know if Deadpool 3 is done or not.
Right.
But as far as I know, I mean, I haven't been keeping up with Ryan Reynolds like that. But I think his last 2 movies to come out were Netflix movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing his due with that. And then I also told you that I can't remember if I saw a story that it was doing production for it, or if they just announced that it was another one coming, but there's supposed to be another. They working on the sequel to Six Underground as
Yeah.
well. So, but yeah, man, if y'all get a chance, man, if y'all looking for something like that, I was about to say Six Underground, Red Notice on Netflix, man. It is hilarious. It's good, a lot of action. Y'all have fun watching it.
Yeah, it was a real good movie, man. Gal Gadot did a great job. I think they need to find her like a spy movie to do. She would be a great spy.
Yeah, she do for Ava or Kate. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Or
Something down that round.
not even that, just like some, you know what I'm saying? Even just some like some hacky tech shit, something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just she need to be in some like espionage, like an espionage movie or some shit like that. She did pretty good in Red Notice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got what we watching out the way, you know what I'm saying? Got the intros out the way. Now it's time to get into it. The movie that we're doing is Stigmata, released in 1999. It is a horror film about a young woman who basically who I don't know if is it catches stigmata or
I was just
goes
gonna
through
say it started
stigmata.
experiencing
Yeah,
stigma.
okay, that's better. So she starts experiencing stigmata, which is basically the I guess people who experience the wounds and that Jesus Christ had during crucifixion. But she basically goes through like different stages of stigmata throughout the movie, and a priest is trying to basically help her go through it and trying to really understand, because I guess the Vatican sends him on like an investigation or something, and
Mm-hmm.
he's basically trying to figure out what's saying exactly going on. Whole bunch of shit gets to happening, and then yeah, we come to terms with it at the end. So real quick. So this is the thing that I laugh at, because to me this is like reminiscent of sort of like the thing with Da Vinci Code, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in Da Vinci Code they have this scene where oh, I forgot dude's name, but he basically is the dude that plays Magneto in the
Yeah.
X-Men film.
Shit.
I think his name was like
Lee.
Henry Lee.
It was
I'm
Lee.
gonna call this nigga Henry, but Lee in Da Vinci Code, him and Robert Langdon are going back and forth, and you know what I'm saying, they end up getting to the Council of Nicaea. So once they get to talking about the Council of Nicaea, they, you know what I'm saying, Sophie is asking them what's the Council of Nicaea, blah blah blah, and then he basically break down the Council of Nicaea to her, which is basically they were the people in charge of basically putting the modern day Bible together, right? The King James Version. So once that shit happened, you know what I'm saying, you got a bunch of recorded accounts, quote unquote, of the Bible and historic context, I guess that's what some would want to call it, of biblical times. I hope I'm making sense trying to explain this shit. I'm trying to explain this as in layman terms as possible. So basically, you know what I'm saying, in each chapter of the Bible, it's basically supposed to be the book of somebody's account of, you know what I'm saying, those times. And it's certain books that weren't entered into the modern day Bible, which would be like the Old Testament, New Testament, whichever one you read or whatever. So in this movie, Stigmata, there is a book of the Bible that they mention, which is basically the account of Jesus of Nazareth himself, right? Well, apparently, even though, you know what I'm saying, we all know about history and we all know all these other things, Jesus picked a white woman to basically to basically reveal himself. Not just playing. I don't even think it was Jesus. She got possessed by like a demon or some weird shit like that, and the demon chose this random white woman to basically I guess tell the book of Jesus from the Bible. I don't know. I'm still confused at this point. I don't understand why the book of Jesus was so important for this demon? Do you have any inclination of why this demon was so caught up in writing the book of Jesus for the Bible?
I have no idea.
Did they ever explain what it said, or?
Well, it kind of sort of did. It didn't really get in depth with it, but
yeah, because I know the one part was like, if you split wood, I'm there. If there's no stone you can't lift and not find me, or something like that. So I'm guessing they were just trying to say, like, you know what I'm saying, he's everywhere with saying that. But
when they sent him to go look at the crazy part was when he went on one of the missions,
mm-hmm.
it didn't have nothing to do with that church with the lady that had the blood coming from the eyes. Right. He investigated that on his own.
Right.
And remember when they went back, when he went back after he saved old girl or whatnot, mm-hmm. he looked up under the thing that had the blood crying tears, and he found that Bible up under that. Mm-hmm. So somehow, some way, that church and that statue that was crying blood had something to do with her somehow. Because
whatever the Bible, I guess that was the Bible that had the book that she was trying to write out.
Yeah, we're not trying to write out. She wrote it out. She wrote it out on her wall. So, and it said the exact same things and down to the birds and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow all of that tied into Frankie somehow. I don't know how it did, but then you also got to remember Frankie heard Father Kenneth's name before he even showed up, because when he walked in,
when she pressed the one priest, I forgot what his name was, Durnin, Father Durnin, when she walked up on him when they was on the subway, and she was like, "Are you Andrew Kiernan?" And he was like, "No." And then she just snatched the one nun's Jesus piece and just tossed her shit.
Yeah.
That was the most New York thing that ever happened.
It was, but that
was the most New York shit that ever happened in the movie, though. You can't snatch a Jesus piece from a nun, bro.
Yeah, but that was wild. That was definitely wild.
She said,
but she was shocked. She was appalled.
She tossed her shit.
Hey, I just wanted to say appalled, man. That's one of those words I want to put in my vocabulary. You know, like when there's words, I don't know why.
It's a smooth ass word.
It is. You want to know another one? And I'm trying to find a way to put it in.
Mm-hmm.
I love the word blase, man. I just want to just say it, man, for no reason. I just want to find a way to put it in my vocabulary.
It's a bunch of blase blah, you know.
Yeah. So, okay, but I see what you're saying. But this is something that before we start trashing it, like when the whole thing with Cardinal Houseman or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so he was talking to one of his other Cardinal guys and saying that, you know, when it comes to Father Kiernan, Krenman, what's his name? Kiernan. When it came to him, he was like, "You, dude, basically the only reason we even hired you was because, like, this is the one thing about religion that always, you know, what I would say, what Uncle Washington always told me, you question everything."
Mm-hmm.
See, Father Kiernan was basically like a scientist type of guy.
Yeah.
And so his whole thing was to add science to religion.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to make sense of some of these events that are going on. Like, everything can be explained. Because like he sent him on other missions and he was able to say, "Oh, well, this happened because, you know, acid got into this and this made this happen, and this explains why this happens." So they basically hired him to explain situations that couldn't be explained. Because some people feel that some stuff are blessings or some stuff are miracles. Mm-hmm. His whole job is to show you, no, this is not a miracle. And I can explain to you why it's not a miracle.
Right.
My whole thing with that is, why is the church so adamant on not either proving or not proving these points, if that question even makes sense?
It makes a lot of sense, and I'll tell you why. Because if niggas find out that the church ain't in charge of the miracles, then what do we need the church for?
True.
I mean,
This
I'm
is
just
true.
saying. You mean to tell me that I don't got to go to the pastor to get a miracle? Fuck that nigga. I'm not doing that. The fuck? What are we talking about? No, seriously, what are we talking about? Like, you mean to tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that was another important part of why they were so adamant about keeping, well, why that one dude was so adamant about keeping the book of Jesus, you know what I'm saying, so locked down, because the one part where he says, you know what I'm saying, you can find me anywhere. If you split wood, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? If you lift a stone, I'll be under there. He was basically saying, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm everywhere. You don't have to just go to church to find me, bro. Anywhere that you go, I'm going to be there. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in the Bible, it says, like, when more than two people are met up and they praising, you know what I'm saying, the Heavenly Father, then, nigga, that's church.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Church could be in, like, nigga, if we get on here right now and be like, praise God, that's church. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't necessarily have to be a specific place. You know what I'm saying? They tell you that church is in you. So, once, you know what I'm saying, niggas get to realizing that and not going off all the other shit, nigga, the Vatican will be no more. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more Vatican, because now, nigga, you ain't got to pay them, you know what I'm saying, no money for being these, you know what I'm saying, all this other shit. Like, if niggas knew the real history of church, then a lot of their perception to change on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
because the church used to at one point in time be a government, even in the Vatican, like, well, even in Rome, the Vatican, or Vatican City as they call it, nigga, the Vatican is the government.
Yeah,
like the Pope and shit, they run shit.
Yeah, and that's why people were so upset with Ron Howard when the Da Vinci Code came out.
Yeah,
Because they're like, yo, we don't need to be exposing a secret, or even if there is a secret to be exposed. The whole thing is planting a seed in people's head of like, yo, is there a possibility that there's truth to this shit? And that was the whole reason why there was a whole uproar. If people don't remember, we talked about this when we did Da Vinci Code.
Yeah,
was like that whole thing of it even coming out, if there is something that is hidden there.
Yeah, it's a bloodline of Jesus. Now I will say this though, I ain't gonna lie to you. That'd be trash as shit if Jesus was, you know what I'm saying, only came here to technically get killed. Because you mean to tell me that my man, you know what I'm saying, he had to talk to God, came down here, you know what I'm saying, got birthed through Mary. Then not only did he get birthed through Mary, nigga grew up, this nigga was doing all these miracles. And then he met a chick that they was calling a prostitute, because prostitution wasn't the same back then as it was now. So they were saying like she was a prostitute because she was single, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't married yet. She was out here doing shit, you know what I'm saying, like a man would do. So technically that was prostitution back then. So, you know what I'm saying, she was a prostitute, right? And this nigga ain't get none, bro. This nigga died a virgin.
I see what you're saying. Look, we talked about that. We talked about that.
Come on,
and
bro.
I got my beliefs, and you know what I'm saying, and it is what it is. And another thing that was very interesting about what Father Kiernan said was Stigmata was considered in the religious sense as a gift, because it only happened to people that were quote unquote very religious.
Yeah, hyper religious.
And when Frankie had a conversation with him, she basically was saying that she wasn't. So he didn't necessarily off the rip believe that it was Stigmata, because she said that she wasn't, hyper religious. So it was weird that it was happening to her. But then at the same time, there had to be some kind of demon sense that was in her as well, because she was possessed.
Facts.
But even though with her being possessed, she was getting all the wounds that Jesus was getting. And then he talked.
Yeah, I'm with you. None of this shit made sense to me.
Yeah, and then like even when it comes down to the point of she had the stake marks in her wrist. But in every crucifixion thing that you ever seen, it was in the hand.
Yeah.
And so he started using his whole science background and saying that the reason why this is alive is because even if somebody put a stake through your hand, your body weight, it's gonna rip.
This shit off, yeah.
And so she's saying, so you telling me that every crucifix, every statue, everything is alive, He was like, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, what he just said did make sense because even before this, I never really thought about it. But then once he said it, you look at your hands. Hey, boy, I mean, shit, I'm 190. You put some nails through my hands and you hang me on something.
I mean, just if you really don't believe that he telling the truth, go get on the monkey bar with one hand and hold yourself up and tell me if your shit was nailed through something. Do you think that motherfucker is gonna hold you up?
No. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. What did you think about it when both of those things, the fact of Stigmata happening to her, but she wasn't really religious, but also the other question is the whole story about it wasn't driven through his hand, it was driven through his wrist because scientifically it wouldn't hold you up.
So the whole Stigmata thing happening to her. So I told you already that I've seen this before back in the day. I already seen it before. But I never really paid too much attention to it, only because at the time I was younger. But I definitely watch it only because of what it's about. So I know for a fact I've seen this before because I do remember her and Nia Long talking. So that's one of the scenes when they were in the salon or whatever. That's one of the things that made me remember this because I forgot Nia Long was in this. So me rewatching it, I thought they were going to explain why she was the one that was chosen to get possessed or whatever. Never understood why she ended up getting possessed to begin with, but that's cool. But it was interesting that they used somebody who would be considered an atheist to go through all this. You know what I mean? Like that was an interesting take on it. And then with him saying the thing about Jesus, well, that was something me growing up that was explained to me a long time ago. So I'm sure, you know what I'm saying, we done talked about it a bunch of times how, you know what I'm saying, I told you, like me personally, I don't have no religion. So growing up, like I've been around Jewish people, I've been around Muslim people, I've been around, you know what I'm saying, like Buddhists, I've been around Christians, of course, Jehovah's Witnesses, like I've been around a bunch of different religions, Catholics. I even met like a few Protestant people, like so. You know what I'm saying? Like being around those different religions and then being in those different temples as well. Like I even been to the Church of Latter-day Saints before. Like I've been around Mormons too. So like I've been around like a bunch of different shit. So knowing that, you know what I'm saying, a little bit that I know through Christianity and all that type of shit, like it's not like nowadays, it's not a secret that, you know what I'm saying, like his wrist was, you know what I'm saying, nailed through instead of his hands, because back in the day, it was just something that you would always see, you know what I mean, like in church, and you never really thought about it. You just knew that he was getting crucified, but you never really understood what a crucifixion was. So like even then, like you would think about it, like if you know, so like I said, you be on the monkey bars when you was a kid and you hanging from the monkey bar, you realize like, yo, my hand ain't really that fucking, you know what I'm saying? Even if you feel your hand, you know what I'm saying? Like your hand it ain't that many bones. Like if some shit went up there, it'll slice right through. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to really catch that. Now on your wrist, it makes sense because like your hand right there. So if shit fall, boom, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna catch. So to me, it made sense. So I was with him on that one.
I feel you. But also the factor of and we can start. I mean, we can still keep this type of conversation going, but but at the same time, I wanted to move a little bit more towards like what she was going through and how do you explain this shit? Because it's like she was in the tub, regular day, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, she started seeing, like visualizing like the states going through her wrist, and it started actually happening to her. So blood everywhere, all this type of shit.
Right.
She's found unconscious and she wakes up basically in the hospital, right? She flatlines and then they about to do the whole shit and then she wakes up before they do it. So they're like, yo, this shit looks self-inflicted. And I'm like, okay. I get I get how you come with that consumption,
I
but
know.
also at the same time, yeah, I know. But at the same time, how can you nail something through your left
Yeah.
hand,
Yeah.
and then you take that left hand
And then nail it
and
to
you give it to
the
your right?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Because when they said it, I was like, self-inflicted? Nigga, how?
Like how? Like
Like
how?
what amount of drugs are you on to where you can pull that off? What are you talking about?
Like, and then it's perfectly done in the same spot on both hands,
Yeah.
and you telling me that you can do that to yourself?
Yeah.
Like,
With
yo,
no nothing around, no evidence around to say that
no
it
nothing,
happened that way, no weapon, none of that shit.
nothing.
Just it was just goofy, man. Like that's what I said, bro. It was some of this shit to me that just did not make sense. And
Yeah,
this is one of them things, you know what I'm saying? Like it just I had to just look at it like, okay. I just had to look at it like, okay, they sitting there, and then when she got up, she said, did that big loud ass scream, and then fell back down. I was like, oh yeah, this is just it's too much
but then
going
when she
on.
fell back down, she flatlined.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's too much going on. And then like the scene where she was like it was supposed to be her imagining. Am I saying that right? Imagining her
Imagine it.
basically her basically imagining that she was getting stabbed in the goddamn wrist with
Mhm.
or getting the stakes drilled through her wrist or whatever. It was like Rob Zombie directed that shit. I was like who is showing this shit, bro? Like it's like the little cutscene parts was just so weird, bro. It was like it was Rob Zombie-ish than the motherfucker, but that shit reminded me of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Hey, now what was wild? What was wild was like to get back to that scene you were talking about when she was on the subway and did the most New York shit ever after snatching that crucifix off that nun. Then, like all of a sudden, the train, I mean, basically derails or not derails, which is weird because it made it seem like it was derailing, but then like it was still on the rails when it stopped. Like it don't make no sense. But anyway,
It just seemed like the train was going so fast, people was just getting scared. So they was just like, and they they just couldn't get their shit together. I don't know. That shit was weird to me, bro. I didn't understand that part either. This whole movie, I didn't understand shit that was really going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's just like just weird. And so then like what I don't understand is so the train is shaking and going side to side. Instead of just sitting your ass down, you grab one of those things to hold on to, and then you grab the other one on the other side. So you're standing there with your arms, you know what I'm saying, up in the air, and then you just started getting lashes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So then there is.
But don't forget, the train is derailing, and you just so happen to be the one that can stand up perfectly through all this shit. Everybody else falling all on the ground, falling and tumbling. You just got all the strength in the world to stand the fuck up and have balance.
And but this also was, I think, the first time, because don't get me wrong, I do think Donna believed her, but I think seeing is believing. Because, like I said earlier, how can you drive stakes through both of your wrists, like perfectly? Like you can't do it. It's impossible.
Right.
I mean, all your ligament, your hand. First of all, once you do the first one through, like, let's say you do the left hand first, you ain't got no finger movement at that time to be able to
ain't no
grab
way,
something.
bro. Ain't no way.
But what I did thought was cool about Donna was the fact of when she had spent the night with her, like that night or whatnot, and she didn't give her like weird vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like she was really being a friend. But I think seeing what happened on that train, she's like, oh yeah, there's some shit going on with you. Like I don't know what it is.
Not even on the train, nigga. In the club. You mean to tell me we can't even sit and have a drink?
Oh yeah, that happened after.
Oh, goddamn scalp start bleeding.
Yeah, for no reason, out the blue, like that shit was nuts. But the one father guy that was on the train, he saw those lashes happening. So
that was Father Durning.
Yeah, so Father Durning ended up coming to the hospital and giving her a card, like saying like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, there's some shit going on with you. You're gonna want to get in touch with me at some point because
Yeah.
there's something going on with you that all these other people are not gonna be able to explain.
Right.
But that's the one thing about every movie that you watch, dude. Anytime there's any kind of possession type shit going on, they start running all of these fucking tests. Like they did it in The Exorcist, they did it in Possession, they do it in everything. Like now she's getting all these CAT scans, she's getting, they giving her all of these different treatments and stuff, trying to explain what's happening to her. And the thing about the church is, I mean, you see this in the Conjuring movies. Like they're not doing the exorcism unless you can show proof to the church that there's actually different activity actually going on.
Real quick, her goddamn hospital bill had to be high than a motherfucker. She was in the goddamn hospital every other scene for a minute, bro.
And then, dude, she works at a salon. They ain't got no health insurance.
That's what I'm saying. Shit, she barely got money, nigga. You see her house? It was leaking everywhere and shit.
Don't do that, man.
Come on, bro. You seen that shit. Every time they show her at the house, the leak got worse and worse. First off, it was just like a little bit of leaking in the bathroom. And then they showed it again, and then it was just like hella jars all around her table. And then they showed it again, it was like vases of water. I'm like, yo, where the fuck? Like, where do you live at, bro? Please let me know. You need to call maintenance because this shit is irritating. It irritated me. I'm like, how much rent do you pay during 1990? What was it, 1999? How much rent are you paying in 99 to where you live in this shitty apartment that's just leaking everywhere? And then half the time it wasn't even raining. It only rained once, and it was just leaking every goddamn where from that one rainstorm. Like, god damn, bro. That shit was stressing me out. I'm like, shit, call maintenance, bitch. What are you doing? And then, hold on, I forgot about this part too, bro. So she get released from the hospital, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't from the hospital. She got released from Father Durning's church. Remember? Because they was sitting in there when she had got the crown part. And she was in the club. So she walked or whatever. She ended up in the church. They got her there to the church because she was passed out of some shit. And then they fixed her up. This bitch ended up on the roof, just dangling her feet, hanging on the side of the fucking roof of a building. I'm like, why is nobody watching this bitch? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, seriously, what are we doing, man? All these random unexplainable coincidences start happening to her, and nobody's keeping an eye on her. Like, we ain't got nobody who could be like, hey man, look, this chick is slowly dying or something. Somebody needs to keep an eye on her. The priest didn't go with her, nothing. She just on the outside, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, looking down on the city, just dangling her little toes all over. I'm like, wait a minute. When they showed it, I thought she was like sitting down like outside. No, this bitch was literally where the gargoyle is supposed to be at. Like, I said, man, because when she got up, I said, boy, if that bitch slipped, this movie is over with. I was like, it is a wrap.
Hey, since we there, what the fuck happened to Donna, man? Yo, Donna completely abandoned her friend. Completely abandoned her. After that whole scene, now, okay, right, so we have to give you the lead up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's with her 100%, but so she ended up going to work after the whole head incident happened. So there's a customer in there. She was just like, oh, well, I'll wait on such and such. So she like, she tried to play it off. She kept on a smile, all this type shit. So then people started whispering about her. And so she was like, y'all, why y'all talking about me? And like,
basically.
Yeah.
She said, you act like we in church. And that's when the preacher popped in.
Yeah. So that's when the preacher popped up. And she looking across the street and she sees this woman holding the baby.
Oh,
and the woman drops the baby. So she runs across the street, middle of New York. Dude, I want to know, you want to talk about doctor bills. Fuck those doctor bills. What about these lawsuits for her running across the street and made like 27 cars crash?
Twice! She did the shit twice, nigga. Hey. She did the shit from the salon and she did the shit at the club.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look, who's paying for these cars getting wrecked, man?
Bruh. Then the lady she seen was her.
Yeah. Then when
Bitch,
there was
you
no
know you
baby,
don't got no
nothing.
baby.
And then she picked up this damn red towel looking thing.
That
And there
wasn't
was
even
no
there.
baby.
No, the
So
towel
then,
wasn't even there.
no, she had a towel, remember?
No, she didn't. I'm trying to tell you. If you go back and watch that scene, it show you her picking the towel up, and then when she talking to Nia Long, Donna character, she don't got no towel in her hand, and then they go back to her with the towel in her hand. So she was hallucinating all that shit.
Okay, so she's hallucinating. And after that, Donna was out of here. Donna said,
Donna was still with her. Because remember when she had
the club happened after.
It happened. She left her after the club.
After the club.
Because that's when she was at the church.
True. But then, like, her and the father, they start building a little thing. And then, like, my whole thing with that is, I mean, look, I don't need it to be explained to me because really at this point, I don't really give a shit. Y'all can do what y'all want. But, like, this whole thing of, like, you can't be married, you can't have relations and all of this shit. So she's having a conversation with him about, like, yo, like, do you miss it? Because, like, she was basically hitting on the father. Like, she was trying to get him to get the fuck. Yeah, she was ready to throw that thing in. And so he's having a conversation about, like, yo, like, yeah, it's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I wasn't always the priest. So, like, that's just, like, you know what I'm saying? You smashing and then you just put in the oath to never smash again. Which,
the vow of celibacy. It's supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying? If you can control your strongest natural human urge, which is, you know what I'm saying, hormones. You know, hormones make you do some stupid shit. You know what I mean? Hormones make a nigga drive 30 minutes to get some ass, not get none, and spend the night, still not get none, and then drive back the next day. Hormones make you do some dumb shit.
And then you like, man, fuck that, I ain't fucking with her no more. And then
go back and do all that shit over again. Do it all over again, bro. All over again, bro. Just for the hope, just for the hope of a piece, bro. You hear me? But you ain't lying about that shit, man. You crazy for that. But yeah, man. So you know what I'm saying? Like, just knowing, you know what I'm saying, just knowing that he was able to control those urges and have that type of strength, you know what I'm saying? It pretty much just shows, like, at that point, then you can do anything. If you can control your most natural basic instinct and have some sort of control and strength over that, then you can, you know what I'm saying, nothing is impossible for you. Basically, that's how they look at it. Man. Because temptation is the strongest of all, you know what I'm saying, sins.
Listen, don't get me wrong, I respect it. But fuck that shit.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. I'm not with it, man.
God didn't give me a penis and nuts not to use it, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, man. Listen.
I'm sorry.
So, but she was getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? She had him on the ropes, and then all of a sudden, the second to last step, she get the stake in the feet.
Oh man, we gotta talk about that.
Because then you gotta think, they got to the point after the whole. Well, before we get there, when the father was following her, and she was writing, she started writing that Bible thing on the car, on the hood of a car. But then he was smart enough to start recording because then she started talking in another language. Yeah, and so he ended up sending it to another. What's that other father dude he got in contact with? It was a dude from
Cardinal Houseman.
Was that him? That was the person that he was. No, he was trying to hide it from him. Remember?
Oh no, you talking about Delmonico? I'm sorry, Delmonico.
Yeah, so he sent the recording to him, and he was like, that was a language from, Jesus' Aramaic. Time, basically. It was what?
Aramaic.
Oh, okay, but I'm right about the time though, right? Because that was the language that they spoke during that time. So
Galileic times.
Yeah, and so he was trying to hide it, and so he started trying to like delete the stuff off the computer, but he deleted it, but he didn't like basically delete it from the server. So the other dude came behind him and was able to get it, and that's when Hausman had, showed up in the picture. But basically the point I was getting to was they got to the point was like, yo, there's no need to take her to the hospital anymore.
Right.
because it's for number one, it don't look right. Number two, they really can't do nothing for her.
Mm-hmm.
So then he started treating her wounds. So he treated her feet and then basically falls asleep. Houseman just busts up on the scene, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere and see him getting out of the bed with her. And so he automatically assumed, oh man, you in here, you let the temptation get to you.
They in here fucking.
Hey man, he totally jumped to conclusions, man. They see him fully clothed and he's still like, nah, y'all in here fucking. So, you know, he was wanting to get rid of him anyway because I think what he didn't like about him was the fact that how smart he was.
Yeah, he was super skeptical.
Yeah, and I think he felt threatened. That I think he was threatened of his spot. So anytime you threaten your spot, you got to find a way to get the other person the fuck up out of here.
Well, not even that. Remember, it was him. It was Delmonico. I think it was Delmonico, Dario, and Houseman. And they all found that book.
Yep.
And I think it was Dario and Houseman that was able to translate the whole thing. And then Delmonico, he said he had read some of it, but he didn't get to go through the whole thing. But they had all made a vow to hide it and not talk about it. Because he was saying that Houseman was the one that was behind it, like, we can't put this out. So I think that's why Houseman was so much on it, because once he found out what Delmonico was getting, and then he got who was the one dude? Oh man, I ain't like dude. What is dude's name? Was it Petrocelli? Let me see. Yeah, that was the little dude on the side that was like the assistant or something, the Houseman. He kept giving that nigga all the information and shit. But basically, he was snooping on Delmonico, and he found out that Delmonico had got them pictures from Andrew from Father Kiernan. So once he had got the pictures from him, Petrocelli had downloaded them and printed them out, remember? And then he sent them to Houseman. And then he was like, this is what he had, this is what he was looking at or something like that. And then that's when Houseman knew. And then once he found out that Houseman knew, remember, he called Cardinal Dario and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just letting you know, they found the information about such and such and such. And he was like, I need you to connect with this person in New York or something like that, which was Father Kiernan. So that's when Kiernan met with Dario in the one church. And he was telling them about everything that was going on. And then that's when she had got like super possessed at the time. And then that's when the what's your name came, because that's why they was coming to her house. Because remember, she had ended up painting over it when she had came back too. So that's why they ended up coming to her house, because they found out that she had all that shit there on the wall.
Yeah, and that whole walking through the fire scene, which was, you know, I guess
got to purify that soul, man.
Apparently. But it was okay. When it comes down to what we're talking about, because what we're talking about is actually a great conversation. But the movie though was poorly executed. I felt that the script could have been 10 times better. I mean, I'm not mad at the casting. The casting, I mean, for this type of movie, I think that the casting was cool, but I felt like the side story, like Frankie being, what do you call it? A hairstylist hairstylist that just pick up dudes from the club, smash every once in a while. Her mom is like this traveling person that just never home, and she wasn't going on the cruise and wouldn't be able to talk to her for a month. Like, yo, y'all couldn't come up with nothing else. You know what I mean? It was like for the main subject matter to be what it is, I felt like they put all their time and energy into that, But as far as like the side stories, I think it was just poorly executed. And that's why I understood when you were saying like going back and watching it and you was like, yo, I'm about to trash this movie. I see what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying because like all of the side shit is just like it's not there. It was just poorly executed, man, at the end of the day.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was like I said, the concept of the movie was genius. Don't get me wrong. Like for a horror
Yeah.
movie, this was actually smart as shit to put this together. But there was just no backstory. The writing around it was trash because there was no backstory. Like there was really like no character building. The arc of it all was kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really know what her getting possessed had to really do with anything. Like it just seemed like some random ass possession. And then like out of all that, like it was like what a good 5 minute, 10 minute scene where he was explaining stigmata and how it came to be, but then it didn't even make sense then because it was supposed to be for the most religious people in the world, but then here she goes, she an atheist, so that didn't make sense either. So it was just like none of this shit was like clicking. It was just like, okay, why was she the one that got picked? Why was she the one to go to stigmata even though she don't believe and she's an atheist and she don't, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, and this is my last one, like what did the book have to do with any of this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like where did all of this shit connect to make it such a story?
I think the last like dramatic thing that happened and like she started like bleeding from the eyes and shit.
Right.
I think that's what made him think because it showed us the vision in his head of him seeing that statue
Mm-hmm.
and like him going back to that statue after the whole thing is all said and done and then finding that book up under where that statue was. It still don't explain why. I think the only reason they chose her, I don't know if it was like an agenda to go along with this movie because it was like, yo, even people that don't believe, like, I think that what they was trying to say is like that kind of forced her to believe, or like maybe we can get you to believe, even if you is an atheist, we can get you to believe like in the Christ because of the whole crucifixion and it happening to you.
But
I
that's what I'm
don't know.
saying. Like she didn't even like convert after that.
They really don't tell us.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
because
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the movie ends with her playing with this bird. Like,
that's what
you
I'm
know what I
saying. Like,
mean?
so
Like,
yeah, because remember at the end she was playing with the birds and shit, and he kept calling her to tell her to come over there and look at what she wrote or some shit like that. And she wasn't paying him no attention. But it was like, yo, like none of this shit made no goddamn sense.
yeah, and then like they made it seem like, okay, so did you leave the Vatican? Because you kissing up on her on the bench and stuff. So it's like, I mean, you really don't supposed to be doing this shit. So it's like, are you leaving? But then you see them kissing and stuff, and you thinking, oh well, maybe he's not going to be a father anymore, a priest anymore. But then
Mm-hmm.
he goes to that place and find the book. So it's like, but now he wasn't dressed like a priest.
Mm.
So
I mean, at that point, anybody could kind of walk into the church though. So
I mean, yeah, anybody could walk in the church, but why go back to that place without wearing your uniform?
oh no, because he,
And,
you know what I'm saying, he already knew what the deal was. He knew where to go look.
or maybe he left, but he just wanted, or he just had an idea that that book was there. So we really don't
Yeah,
know. There's a
yeah,
lot of things. There's a lot of stones left unturned.
right.
Like, I mean, she was never able to tell her mom because her mom was on a cruise, so it was nobody for her to call. But like,
Mm-hmm.
Donna started coming around. Donna was out
Mm-hmm.
of here. Number two, how is this chick paying her bills? Because she ain't got no clients. All her clients don't want to fool with her no more.
That's what
So
I'm
it's
saying,
like
bro.
it's like there's a lot of stuff like that's just left unexplained. Like the only thing that they told us like before the credits had came, like it said something about it said the Vatican refuses to recognize this gospel that has been described in this, and they say that it's hearsay or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like obviously like I don't think that's something that the Vatican would, because I think anything that can give anybody that that reasonable doubt, like just a little bit, they're not gonna recognize. They're gonna be like, nah, we don't fuck with that. Like we don't rock with that. Like especially like we talked about the Da Vinci Code. They're gonna tell you right through it, nah, all that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of that's real, all that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Like what we saying is real, and that's why that whole uproar happened. And like when it comes to this, I think that the reason they don't recognize this one is because I'm guessing it's because the weird thing about it, which I still don't understand, is like it seemed that she was taken over by something demonic. Like it seemed like it was something evil that took her over, but she was getting the treatment of Jesus. So it's like, which one is it?
I was confused about, because I was sitting there like, okay, if she's being possessed by a demon, then why would she be getting crucified?
Yeah, it's odd. I don't either.
Why would they pick a white woman to get crucified? Like, wasn't no goddamn white people in where Jesus was at?
Well, when they were showing the flashbacks of people who had stigmata, it was a
all
lot
white people, wasn't it?
Nah, it was people who looked Islamic, or at least Middle Eastern.
Them niggas wasn't over there either, man. Just one.
I'm just saying,
man.
I'm just saying. Even though they made
them
up
Arabs
the
came
Middle
a whole
East,
lot later, baby.
Even though they made up a whole term, they call it Middle East.
Yeah.
They say the shit. Some of the, like, you know what I'm saying. They speak about Egypt, but then they call Egypt Middle East when Egypt is in Africa.
Clearly connected. Nigga, Afghanistan and all that shit is also connected to Africa.
And it's like, okay, so we just gonna call it the Middle East, huh? All right.
This is how you want to ever confuse somebody real bad, right? Ask them what a Afghani, a Pakistani, and an Iraqi is. Are they African or Asian? You want to get some shit started? Start that conversation at a party.
Oh man, yeah, that'll be an interesting day right there.
Yeah,
very interesting day.
You want to get some shit started, brother? Trust me. That's how you do it.
Oh man, so we ready for these flames?
Yeah, man, let's get into it.
Yoga fire, yoga flame.
All right, man. So for anybody that's new to this joint, man, Fire Flames is where we basically rate each movie or TV show that we review 1 through 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. It's on you this time, my brother. What you got, man?
It's on me.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, like we spoke about before, the concept of it is dope, but it was poorly executed. So you got to be penalized for the poor execution. You got to be penalized for, well, I'm not going to say penalized for not understanding, because I have made the statement of, if you don't understand something, you can't say it's stupid because you don't understand it.
Right.
But I think that there were so many stones left unturned. And I think that they should be penalized for that. So I'm gonna get, damn man, it's gonna suck saying this, but honestly, man, I'm gonna give this joint like a 1.5, man.
God,
I hate to do it. And
jeez.
I'm gonna give it the 1 for the whole concept of, y'all, that's dope, but you getting 4 points. That's taken off for the poor execution, man. Like,
that's crazy.
This movie, it could have been something special. It could have been a Da Vinci Code, and like before, it could have been Da Vinci Code before Da Vinci Code, and I think they fucked it up. To be honest with you, man. So I hate to do it, but you know what I'm saying. I gotta give it that 1.5, man.
So I'm not gonna go as low as 1.5. However, you know what I'm saying, I will say that the cast, for what they were, they did great. Nia Long, you could tell she wasn't really like Nia Long yet. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was in Friday, and you know what I'm saying, she had our hearts. She ain't had the hearts of white America yet. You could kind of tell because they had her in like that gothic, you know what I'm saying, that one black chick that was cool with the goths or whatever. So she seemed like that's who she was in this movie. The rest of them, nah. Patricia Arquette was mid. You know what I'm saying? They could have found a way finer white woman to be in this role, but it is what it is. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? The concept of it all, you know what I'm saying, once again was great. The follow through was horrible. I'm going 2.5. I ain't gonna go 1.5 because it ain't that bad. Because it's still an interesting movie. But I'm gonna go 2.5.
It is. But but also we look, we've been talking about this lately, man. This 1999. Like, this came out in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if they would have executed it right, it would have been in one of those top of these 99 movies. But I just felt like I hate when I see.
We said that 99 was a hell of a year.
It was. I just hate to see a great idea and you miss the ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they did with this one. And it's just like, yo, this could have been like a real hit.
Mm-hmm.
But I just felt like they just didn't hit it right, man. Because some of the shit didn't have nothing to do with the story. They didn't really explain. The costumes were terrible. Those damn shoes she was wearing with them socks. That shit didn't make no sense.
No, did you see when she had that big ass green ring on, like that ball that was on there?
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck are you shopping at Spencer's?
I don't even think they sell that at Spencer's.
It looks stupid.
Like, it was just
She got dressed at Party City.
Dude. Hey, just like the scene when the three prostitute was hitting that father, and he just showed like his neck thing.
Yeah.
And like they're talking in another language, dude. They don't give us no subtitles, nothing. Like,
right.
Like, it's just like, what are we doing here? What does this have to do with anything that's going on right now? Like, it had nothing to do with nothing. It was just like, I don't know. I just felt that they could have done a better job with the script and everything. So, I mean, I hate to be harsh. I'm never the harsh person, but I just felt like I had to give it to him this time, man.
Right. Yeah, man. Let's go to coming soon, bro.
Yes, sir.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
So, next episode, next Tuesday, man, is gonna be filled with laughs. It's gonna be filled with quotes. It's gonna be pure hilarity.
Look,
hilarity.
Hey, yo, if we had the visuals, y'all, the way this dude faces like that.
Cause you already know, bro, this right up my alley, bro. This is right up my alley, bro.
Yo, we finally doing it, y'all, man. We giving y'all the hangover, man.
Tiger dream, when they dream the little tiger dreams. Doug. And if he gets murdered by crystal meth tweakers, get weird shit out of luck. Bro, I can't wait, bro. Listen, this is my joint, bro. If you don't know what that is, man, we doing the hangover, man. We doing the very first hangover, bro. You talk about just straight, pure, unadulterated, filthy laughs. Just filthy laughs, bro. That nigga said, we still gotta find Doug. He was like, I'm right here. No, not you, Black Doug. The real Doug. He was like, come on, man. Don't say that shit like that. Hey, bro. And then Ken Jong jumped out the trunk, but nigga, he said, you wanna fuck on me? I'm gonna stop, bro. I'm gonna wait. But yeah, bro. Hey, listen, let me tell you something, bro. Me and my little cousin still quote this movie on Xbox chat to this day, bro.
Hey, man. Y'all silly, man.
Yeah,
Y'all silly, man.
Yeah,
nah, this is gonna be fun.
He said, why do you got a purse? He said, it's not a purse. It's a satchel. Indiana Jones wear one. He said, yeah, so does Joy Behar. This is about to be fun, man. Woo, I can't wait. So yeah, man, Tuesday, y'all tune in, man. We got another one for y'all. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. If you got any questions, if you would like to also send us a rating for whatever episode you listen to, just let us know what episode it is. Send 1 through 5 fire emojis so we'll know what your rating is on that one. And then, you know what I'm saying, you can also tweet us or tell us why in the DMs on Instagram. But you can always get us on Instagram or Twitter at ViewAnonPod. That's at ViewAnonPod. It's all one word. It's on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. Also, man, you can hit me on Twitter at Scootzbronsen. Make sure you follow me on Twitch at Scootzbronsen, or you can go to twitch.tv/Scootzbronsen. You can follow me on there. I'm thinking about doing some stuff once I get my followers up where I just go live and talk some trash with my followers, man. You know what I'm saying? Do a little interactive. I think that's what I'm gonna make Isolated Society, just an interactive joint with my followers. And then last but not least, yeah, I think that's it, bro. I ain't got nothing else.
Yeah, man, y'all can catch me at S.Foster8 on Instagram and on Twitter, same handle at 28 minutes or less pod. On Instagram as well, 28 minutes or less on Facebook. Y'all can find the podcast on all major platforms. Go check that out. A lot of great material on there. So and also, man, rate, subscribe, like all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would love your feedback, man. That's my solo podcast. A lot of the times I just do stuff spur of the moment. But if y'all do have a topic or anything like that that you would like me to discuss, man, just leave me some feedback, man. If it's something that I'm well rounded in, I'll try to tackle it. But if it's something I don't really fuck with, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna do it. So but
I'm
yeah.
listening to that Wu-Tang episode now too, so I just started that one. I gotta hear you finish that one out, man. You almost got me, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Between you and my sister, man, y'all almost got me wanting to watch that joint.
I'm telling you, man, it's good, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, man, that's that Tuesday. We'll see y'all, man. Hangover is the episode, so y'all getting in there for that one. Once again, man, just like Sdot said, man, make sure you like the pod, make sure you share the pod, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody else know. Man, hit us up on the social media too, man. Let us know what you think the movie is. You know what I'm saying? Send us a rating of the movie. Tell us what movie it is, what episode you listen to. We would greatly appreciate that. And with that said, man, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.